In the year 1453, one city stood as the gateway between East and West, Constantinople.
For 1,000 years, its mighty walls had never been breached. Behind those walls, the people of the Byzantine Empire carried on with hope.
Yet, across the sea, a rising empire prepared to strike.
The Ottoman Sultan, young and determined, was ready to claim the city. His armies stretched farther than the eye could see. Among his weapons stood something new, cannons of unimaginable size. These machines would test the ancient walls like never before. Inside the city, Emperor Constantine rallied his people. He knew the walls were strong, but the enemy stronger. Still, the defenders prepared with courage and faith. Walls were patched, gates reinforced, towers manned. The sea was blocked with giant chains to stop enemy ships. The people prayed, knowing they stood at the edge of history. As dawn broke, banners of the Ottomans filled the horizon. The siege of Constantinople had begun. The defenders watched from the towers, hearts steady yet fearful. Both sides braced for the thunder of battle.
The world would soon change forever.
Outside the walls, the Ottomans prepared their siege machines. Among them stood the great cannon, an iron beast like none before. It was so large, it took hundreds of men and oxen to move. Now it aimed at the ancient walls of Constantinople.
With a roar of fire and smoke, the siege began.
The earth trembled as stone slammed against stone.
But the walls still held.
Again and again, the cannons roared.
The defenders rushed to repair each breach.
Night after night, fires lit the sky.
Still, the walls stood tall.
The Ottomans tried the sea, dragging ships over land. Suddenly, enemy ships appeared inside the harbor. The defenders fought fiercely from the water's edge. But still, the cannons pounded without rest. The city shook, yet the spirit of its people did not. Brave soldiers patched the crumbling walls with whatever they could find.
But cracks grew wider. The fortress was weakening.
Siege towers rolled forward. taller than the walls themselves.
Flames burst as attackers tried to burn the gates.
Flames burst as attackers tried to burn the gates. Smoke choked the air, but the city still stood strong. The battle raged day after day, hope fading with each sunrise. But the defenders' courage inspired the city. For every stone that fell, a heart of iron stood in its place.
Yet the great cannon never rested.
Boom after boom, it tore deeper into the walls.
Still, the emperor stood firm, refusing to flee. He fought side by side with his men, a true leader in the darkest hour. The clash of swords echoed through the night.
Fires lit the sky red, and smoke covered the stars.
Yet even in chaos, defenders held the line. For a moment, it seemed the city might endure.
But the cracks could no longer be hidden.
With one final blast, the wall gave way.
The defenders rushed to block the opening, their last stand near.
The fate of Constantinople now hung by a thread. The night sky glowed with fire as the city braced for the final storm. Mehmed's massive cannon thundered one last time, shaking the ground beneath. The walls trembled, and then, at last, a breach appeared. Ottoman troops surged forward, rushing into the breach. Inside the city, defenders made one final stand. Swords clashed, shields broke, and the streets filled with chaos.
But even in despair, courage still burned bright. The emperor himself fought alongside his men.
The defenders held on bravely, but the tide of battle was turning. The banner of Constantinople began to fall. And above the towers, a new flag was raised. After 1,000 years, the city of emperors had fallen.
Mehmed, only 21, had claimed his greatest victory.
The world would never be the same again.
Constantinople became Istanbul, the jewel of the Ottoman Empire.
But legends of its walls, its courage, and its fall live on to this day. From the roar of cannons to the cry of the people, history remembers. And so ends the story of the fall of Constantinople. If If you enjoyed this LEGO journey through history, don't forget to subscribe, and join us for the next adventure.